one of which stands open, the others are all closed, and on the one that's open, you can see the words Willow Dawn stenciled on it. You also found
the jumpsuit that the woman had on, wasn't it?
Jumpsuit that the woman had on, yes. And you also found some various bits referencing something called Project Ganessa, I believe.
Yeah, we've got a tablet or something that had message regarding that as well.
Yeah.
From Brian Wilson, Commander.
So you'd got something about the description, you'd got something about chirper behavioural drift, and then I think something about an audio report. That's right.
Can't find where my notes are, so I ain't got a clue.
Yeah. All right. You may continue.
Coolio. Did we have a look through the cargo? The bay.
Yeah. We were trying to see if there was any way to bring up a log on them that would tell us when they were last used or anything like that to try and determine.
That is correct. You were, weren't you?
Yeah, there's the rule.
That's right, you failed. So no, you weren't able to bring up a log. That is correct. You tried, but there was nothing there. The memory system has been purged on the container. There was also, by the way, if you remember, there was also an airtight crate that was around about the size for live animal specimens in here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Empty?
Yes.
And there's one for the body as well, wasn't there?
Anyway.
Right.
So the light is shining for another room on the south, is it?
No, that I forget why it's shining south. That green area is a cargo bay door that would lead outside.
Now, we think that was the way they got to this lab, wasn't it? Through here and then outside and then round to another entrance for the lab. Or am I wrong by saying that?
No, that's what you think, yes.
Yeah. It was pointing down, Kath, because you were searching the rooms as you went down.
Yeah, but it's gone through the wall. It's a weird thing.
Ah, maybe it's a window.
Tiny out in space. Yeah, possibly.
No, that's because I haven't actually got a door there.
The vacuum space and I'll get pulled out.
Did we look where this door went? Oh, sorry, I've opened it. This door here.
Not yet.
Don't think we did.
Let's do that first then.
Oh, do I want to teleport Marcus? And I haven't even clicked on the door yet.
Correct. Yeah, it's when you get close enough to it, it will decide if you want to teleport yourself. By all means, teleport. Okay.
Into the death chamber.
Well, it's all red, so that could be blood.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Wall.
Yes, there you go. You've been here. Okay. Give me 1 second. Pieces of paper are all over the place. Cost, you know.
Those board with pins and string connecting it all.
That's what the cat's for, but they never stay in the same place.
This room here appears to be a small laboratory. Several experimentation desks scatter around this area. Hard to tell what's going on in here, though.
Can we determine what kind of science performing, whether it's biology, chemistry, or anything about just because
So glancing around here, this is kind of a very basic kind of chemistry, some kind of chemistry lab, small stations, probably a couple of centrifugal piece of equipment, several small desks, sort of sit on top of the desk, kind of refrigeration units.
Any terminals?
There are no terminals in this one.
Okay, let's
Looking around, there are several broken vials that have been scattered around the room.
ooh.
A number of which you can still make out the handwritten labels on them.
Do not break.
Gathering up the various fragments and shards as you kind of wander around this room, you find that one of the vials has a label 1067, one has a label 1101, and 6 have labels 1103.
but they're all smashed.
They're all smashed.
Didn't we have something about those numbers on something? I've got 1079, 1067, explosion on camera.
You have
I've got
indeed.
1077, 1101, 1103, which is 1103. There we go.
So 1103.
Yeah, 1101's there, yeah. And 1066
Yeah.
there as well. And
Yep.
that's the logs for the 7 entries in 2 weeks. Last one was 2 weeks old. Explosion in central lab.
To the lab.
So that there was something about those vials, which I haven't written down. Sorry, I wrote down the numbers.
You didn't. I don't think you know quite what those vials are. Beyond, you think there's something to do with. I think you figured out that perhaps they were some kind of combat drug.
That's right. Yes.
Or combat drugs.
Yeah. So there's nothing in here, tablets or
Not this
room.
one. No.
the thing on the wall around to indicate what the numbers correspond to. Like a poster on the wall with like the number is that, or a wall, like a whiteboard or something like that.
Give me an investigation roll.
Yeah.
I think we worked out that investigation was your ability to look for things in detail, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think you did that.
Just average.
Yeah.
I'll be keeping an eye on doors and stuff while these two being nerdy.
Yeah, Brent and Marcus kind of looking around. There's nothing in here that really tells you anything. In a couple of places, you found. You found the 1067 and 1101 labels were at different stations, and at the same station were a couple of the 1103s. And then the other 1103s were at a third station, but they were seemingly on their own.
Right. It's almost like they tried to combine them in a sense, isn't it?
Yes, you could definitely get that impression. Try to look for something because I think I've forgotten to put a note somewhere, but I thought I had put a note somewhere. Anyway, keep going, I'm listening.
Check the next door. You feeling we're doing it here. I don't know enough time know anything about this.
Okay. Yep, you can check the next door. The door will open.
Oh, bloody
Just like
that.
That makes you jump.
It did.
I
do like that.
Okay.
Again, this one is a larger area. In here, there are a couple of things that grab your attention. There are more. This time, rather than sort of desk-sized refrigeration units, there are several at this this kind of wall here that are almost floor to ceiling, and inside would have been a number of those kind of those test tubey kind of vial kind of stands. Most of them, in fact, all of them have been shattered. And one of the content was in here has been kind of cast about the floor. In the centre of this chamber, though, are two surgical beds, both of which have arm and foot restraints on them. And there are like several tables next to them with sort of like an auto dock kind of thing. So a system where you can program it and it'll auto inject and all that kind of nasty stuff.
There's nobody in the...
There is nobody in them, no.
The restraint's not broken, or?
No, the restraints are not broken. They are absolutely fine. The other thing that grabs your attention on one of the trays on the tables next to this kind of auto medic system is what appears to be an intact laser scalpel.
That's where we're going. Take me for your medkit.
Indeed. I probably got one already, but I'll take it anyway.
Yeah. It's better. But there aren't any salvageable drugs in here. They've all shattered.
Doesn't appear to be.
Any terminals or tablets?
Again, no. Not that there are a couple of sort of computers, but they have been smashed.
Right.
Damn.
Have we covered anything from them, like hard drives or?
No, they've been broken. Yeah, they've been badly broken.
Okay.
Okay, as you open this door, immediately this creature that was kind of seemed to be face into something on the floor looks probably a body from where you are. Kind of raises its head, turns, and with these kind of really strange, slightly glowing, sort of yellowy orange eyes, it snarls and starts to head towards you. I think we will go to combat.
God damn.
What's initiative again? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, right.
No, that's not working.
Yeah, go to swords, and your dice will appear there to roll. Yeah, the combat tracker.
Usual combat tracker, yeah.
Okay. Head's still in Pathfinder mode.
Yeah, that's fine. I think everybody's head's still in Pathfinder mode. Okay, in addition to that, as always, before we get going, one of you, if you are trained in tactics, can make a tactics roll. Sorry, a leadership roll.
I'll let me do it.
Do I have that?
I've got
Tactics, I've got military. I've got military in that, so I don't have leadership.
I've got leadership.
Yeah, leadership's an investigation, isn't it? Or that just below there. I don't have that. I can do a military one if you want.
I've got military and leadership.
Sorry, not leadership, a tactics check.
What does Carver have for that?
Don't think so. I thought it was you guys that rolled last time.
No, I've just got one military. If you want me to do it.
Yeah.
Do you have tactics?
It's tactics is ticked, and I've got military one.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, no, that's a failure.
yeah. Severe failure. I use a luck point.
So actually, the way that works is you would apply that penalty to everybody's initiative on your side.
That's right, mate.
Dick.
It doesn't actually, to be fair though, it doesn't actually change the order in which things happen. So Marcus, you're up first. Remember, you have a minor action and a significant action. So a significant action would be something like leadership, for example. The reason I call leadership out is if you do have somebody trained in leadership and they make a leadership check, the total successes is the number of bonuses they can give out to the party to add as dice modifiers. But if you do make the check and you fail it, then it's a number of penalties that I can apply to your dice. So it is useful to do if you've got somebody that's trained in round one, but if not, don't worry about it. As I say, you've got two actions. So significant action would be something like attacking with ranged or melee, and then you've got one minor action, which would be something like aiming, changing stance, moving, etc. Or you can make three minor actions and no major action.
So the leadership is my minor action as well.
Leadership's a major action.
Right, okay. That's using.
Okay.
I'll aim with my minor action.
Yep.
And then shoot.
Yep. And your aim gives you a DM +1. So +1, 2 dice modifiers. One. Medium range. Yeah, I think all the type things are probably incorporated in the gun, aren't they? Because they're built into the gun. Yeah. All right. Will be a miss. As you squeeze off your first round, it goes wide. Auto? Did you go for full auto then? Or were you just doing a single shot? Just a single shot, right?
I was going for this, but that's not what it was last time.
You missed anyway. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So that would be aim and burst. So that would be you done. Carver. You immediately react as Marcus suddenly brings up his rifle and squeezes off a burst into the adjacent room.
Okay. I can't see anything.
Not yet.
So I will. Can I delay? Can I delay? I'll prepare an action.
You can't really I mean, delay isn't something that you can that it calls out specifically.
Well, my plan is to aim at the door, and if the baddie that Marcus has just lost his shit over appears in the doorway, then I will shoot it.
Okay, so what I would say then is delaying or readying would need to be a minor action, so you wouldn't get the benefit of an aim.
That's fine.
And to be able to ready, but you can ready. Yeah,
that's fine. Okay. I will ready a shot at the door.
Brent.
Okay. I take it that Marcus isn't moving. So I'm going to move to here.
Yeah,
I tell you, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay there, drop to one knee, and aim at the door. Because there's a reason he's not moving. So I'll just ready my gun.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what you see.
As long as tentacles don't burst out of its side, would be all right.
Yeah.
But I assumed that I could move if I was aiming and shooting.
No, you can't. No.
Yeah, then take it.
Should have closed the door.
Yeah.
Well,
Throw it
that's
down.
what I was hoping one of you two would do if I missed.
No.
I'm not walking past the door because I don't know if it's right in front of it. But
The other thing I thought you might have done was shot me and use me as bait, then ran.
that was potential. I was also going to step through this door and close this behind me, and then shoot the mechanism.
Yeah, that was it as well.
So drop into one knee and just taking aim at the door, the door gap. Anything comes through, I will fire my shot.
Okay. Well, so changing stance from a stand to a crouch is actually a minor action. So if you're hoping to kind of also ready yourself to shoot if something comes to the door, you would not be able to do that. You'd need to stand and just bring your gun up and just wait.
That's fine. I'll do exactly that in that case then.
Okay.
I was just trying to be cool while doing it.
I know. It specifically calls out changing stance from stand to crouch to prone as a minor action. So,
Gotcha.
and I suspect that being prone might give you a bonus to. Prone would get you behind cover, wouldn't it? If there was cover.
I got it, I think.
Oh, yeah. All right. It's going to move. And it bounds very quickly towards you. Marcus, Carver, it appears in your periphery, directly beyond Marcus. You can see it coming towards him. If you want to open shot right that second,
I think in range. Just let me check the gun.
You should be in range, unless it's a very short range.
It's a shotgun, but I don't think it's that bad. 50 meters.
There you go.
Okay. So, this is on auto 2.
Okay.
So this is two shots. No, it's two shots, isn't it?
Right. Auto.
Yeah.
Remind ourselves how that works.
Yeah. I think it was two shots, because it wasn't the other one that.
Make a number of attacks equal to the auto score.
Yeah.
They can be made against separate targets as long as they're within 60 meters of each other. And it uses a number of rounds up equal to 3 times the auto score.
Where do you attack from the card? I found it. Right. Okay. From the left side there. Okay, so we'll target it then.
Okay.
We'll attack. Change that to... No. Full auto times 2, there you go. Assume that's it. No. Okay, right. Sorry, just make sure these are all set, right?
It's one thing to know, you can't use aim and auto. That's very nice. Look at that. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so they both hit, don't they?
Yep.
So it's okay.
I think I applied the damage twice. I'm gone.
That's fine. It's not dead.
Start again.
won't do it.
It's liquidated it.
It's cloaked.
Didn't mean to do that. Let me put it back on again. It was there, wasn't it? Let me start again. Right. So let me redo this. Okay. So damage. No, the reason it wasn't doing it is because I was being stupid. Right, let's start again. Okie doke. Damage. Gotcha. Then the second shot hits it and kills it. So basically, yeah. Combat in this game is so lethal. It is really he who shoots first probably wins if you're out of cover. So this thing kind of comes bouncing towards you. You can see this like dog-like creature, as I say, with these really glowing, sort of yellowy orange eyes. Suddenly appears out of nowhere, kind of making a direct line towards Marcus. And Carver, you just basically bring up your shotgun and immediately just kind of hold the trigger down and send out 2 rounds from the shotgun, and you watch with satisfaction as this thing just kind of almost becomes a mist as it kind of runs towards you. Brent, you don't really need to do anything.
No, but I will turn my head at Carver and say, "Good shot. Remember to reload."
Don't know.
Like to live life on the edge.
All right. That was quick and brutal.
Yeah.
Any more in front of you.
Well spotted, Marcus. Any more in there? Push.
Unless it's practically yes, I'm assuming not. How do I reload?
Go to your weapons tab, and then edit, and there's a reload button on the left-hand side, if memory serves me.
Nope. Not seeing a reload.
So go to equipment. Click the edit item. Oh, there is no reload. I thought there was.
No, it was manually taking. It was just manually taking stuff out of your total ammo.
Yes, it takes it out of your total ammo. Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah.
So even though you went into all the trouble of buying multiple magazines, just for a certain amount of magazines and all the ammo for it, it doesn't actually separate and actually do your job.
No. They're still. I mean, they're pushing updates to this on a semi-regular basis, so hopefully they'll fix it over time.
It's got the magazine size in there, so it knows what the maximum is.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I've got loads of ammo. I haven't.
It's like they're just being chain fed into your gun.
just summoned straight into the one mag. Yeah. That's what I thought we should examine this thing.
Yes, I'll. If Marcus isn't moving, I'm going to go up and have a look.
Yeah, I will move
as soon as he cleans out the vac suit.
Yeah.
Just got to open that valve at the back. And the onboard pressure washer.
It's got built-in airplane toilets on the back.
There you go.
The doors, yeah. Oh, there again. Why is the light over here?
It's like there is something there.
We can't see the door.
Where's that?
Left-hand side. 3 points of light coming from about there.
Oh, okay. Hang on then. I'll fix that in a second.
It looks like a sloppy wall, that, Zed.
It is a sloppy wall.
It's not the laser sights.
Did you fart while you were doing it and have the jitters and something like that?
It's the one thing I hate doing in Foundry, building walls. That's my freaking edit. And I get really stressed doing them for some reason after a while, and I have to stop. Otherwise, I start making lots of silly mistakes like that.
Do you have to actually kind of do it in Foundry, or can you do it in another mapping system thing?
No, you do it in Foundry.
That's brilliant.
There are some mapping systems that will allow you to export wall metadata.
So the Alchemist doesn't it, when you build something on that? Kronos build, those do. Yeah, I know.
So a couple of things. In the middle of the room is a number of, again, a bunch of larger this time, kind of chemistry and biological sampling systems in this room. As you kind of come around this kind of central console area, the first thing is there is a small computer that's sat kind of facing away from the door that you've come in, that does appear to have text scrolling across it. And then the second thing is on the floor where that creature was is indeed a body.
Now, could I use xenology to see if I recognise what this creature is?
You can, yeah.
Ooh. No idea. Dog.
Yeah, no idea. It's a dog. Yeah.
Where's his body?
So the body is just about here. Looking at it, it appears to be definitely human, obviously. Well, no, not obviously. Human. Looks to have been wearing some kind of uniform, perhaps a kind of a military uniform of some kind. Near to one hand appears to be a stun stick. And yeah. That's it. Face down. All of its side, and one of its arms is all just pretty much gone. There is a patch on the uniform. It just says calendula. Death appears to be blunt force trauma.
Ooh, so not by dog thing.
And then followed up by being eaten by dog.
Yeah, snuffling around in its chest or whatever.
Yes.
The marks on the stun stick, like it was used to kill him and then dropped?
No. Doesn't appear to be.
No, I suspect this could have been our... Yeah, I suspect this could have been our friend we met earlier.
Underneath the calendula ass is the name Chavez.
Chavez,
yes.
Any sort of rank or status?
Are you going to kind of poke around the body?
Yeah.
Inside one of the pockets is a small card that just simply has a C in green on it.
Does it look like a mag card? Yeah, swipe card.
Yeah. RFID type mag card, yeah.
Sort of chance that'll be for the calendula.
Yeah.
Green might donate to what is allowed to go through, I suppose.
Yeah.
Security status. That's a guess.
Anything in the room to indicate this dog was stored here?
No.
How did they get in here?
There's a lot of mess where the dog is obviously messed. It looks to you most likely that however the dog got in here is not clear, but it was using the body to survive.
Yeah. I mean, that other person could have chased it in here and then locked the door behind him, or ran down here with it chasing him and then locked him inside, or it's come him while he's killing this other person. It's all speculation.
It is indeed all speculation.
And there's no terminals in here, is there?
There is a computer on there.
Yeah.
That is scrolling text. Alongside the text, so you've kind of got half of the screen seems to be scrolling text down it, and then you see some kind of molecular kind of structure to the other side of the screen. And then after a few sort of 10-15 seconds, it seems to just wipe itself, and then a different molecular structure appears, and it shows more text.
Okay. There's no numbers like bearing up to this 1103, 1101.
Um,
As it scrolls.
You're going to need to pay attention, I think, to actually read the data as it's cycling through.
Can't push a space bar to pause it.
It's not that easy. You can attempt to pause it, but pushing a space bar is not going to do it.
Okay, I'll try and concentrate as I'm seeing these figures.
Yeah, I'll watch while he types.
Okay. Give me easy electronics computers check, please. Okay. Nice. Okay. Very quickly, you kind of watch for a few seconds as this text kind of scrolls and clears, and then you start kind of typing some stuff on the keyboard just by memory, kind of putting in some commands, and you manage to get it to kind of stop this cycle, and it now responds to you basically using arrow keys left and right to kind of scroll through. And what you have here is what appears to be the chemical the chemical composition of liquid, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 distinct chemical what's the word I'm looking for? Formula that kind of displayed on screen with a bunch of text that is quite highbrow text. But what you do see is it just says, so the first one is just labeled 1067, the second one 1077, third one 1079, fourth one 1103, fifth one 1103. If you want to try and figure out exactly what these are, confirm what you think they are in your head, then you would need to make a science biology, science chemistry, or medic check at average.
Okay, well, I'll try the medic one at average, because that gives me a +1, I think.
Okay.
I do have all the science ones as well, but
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Between you, Brent and average success +5. So that means I'll let you. It is going to take you a few minutes. It's going to take about a minute or so for each. So you've now spent about 10 or so minutes poring over this computer. In the meantime, Carver, are you doing anything in particular, or are you just keeping your eye on the doors and letting the group do what they do?
I'm going to go over, close that door.
Okay, you go over and close that door.
Yeah. And if there's nothing else to see, I'll step back at a decent pace on the other side of this dog and watch the door.
All right. 1067 is labelled control. You look at the formula and the details that it gives you, and this is effectively the standard combat drug that you can obtain with a little bit of difficulty, but it's just a standard military combat drug. As detailed on page. Gone too far, gone too far, gone too far, gone too far. It's on page 115. Yeah, 100 drugs. So combat drugs increase reaction time. A traveller using combat drugs gains DM +4 to all initiative rolls. They also gain a free reaction every round with no penalty applied and reduces all damage sustained by -2. Drug kicks in after 3 rounds of ingestion and lasts for 10 minutes. The consequences afterwards, you are fatigued. So essentially, it is and this is like the standard formula for that. 1077 seems to be taking the core chemical compounds and chemical formula of the standard off-the-shelf combat drug and adding some additional protein molecules, which not really described, but you can see these additional spikes that are added to the drug. The documentation sort of says that the net result when tested on animals seemed to be a significant increase in both strength and endurance after approximately 10 minutes. However, it was noted that as the strength and endurance of the subject increased, their dexterity decreased. No additional side effects other than fatigue after 30 minutes. So it takes longer to kick in, it has a much better reaction, and lasts significantly longer than the standard drug. So this is Improved Combat Drug A, 1077. $1079, again, based on the 1067 molecular structure with some additional isotopes, proteins and spikes added. The net result is no real enhancement above 1067, however, fatigue not present in subjects.
That's very good.
$1101. Again, based on. Actually, this one is based on the core formula derived from 1079. It's labelled Combat Drug C. It increases strength and dexterity marginally, so +5 to both, effectively, for a total of 30 minutes. Subject tests on subject reveal no side effects.
Ooh.
$1103, again based on the formula of 1079 with some additional protein molecules and things added. The commentary here says no noticeable effect or no noticeable improvement to combat drug B. However, 1 in 5 test subjects died after 3 days.
So you don't want to use that one. That's absurd.
So if there's no noticeable difference between that and 1079, why keep using it if people are dying?
It depends if did it work? Sorry, did it work? But they died after 3 days.
Yes.
Maybe they don't care whether they die.
That's true, I suppose. Yeah. But why not just use 1101, which has no side effects?
Because you actually wanted them to die after 3 days. It's your two disposables.
Yeah, but only 1 in 5 died, didn't they? So
maybe it's cheap to make.
If you keep giving, then they will die.
Yeah. Odd.
Oh, I have a door open.
Can we
hear a door open?
We hear a door open.
Can we record all this information on?
Yeah, you can record all the information. No problem.
Can I try to upload it to the ship?
I will move.
No, you're out of range. You'd need to get closer.
I will move over there.
Yep. Okay. You move over to there.
And I will guard the door from there.
Okay.
I'll just say door opened. I assume it was from that direction the door opened.
It's this direction.
Really?
From this direction. Yeah.
There's no hatch in this room, are there? On the roof? No.
Unless we could just hear it. There's not a hatch, but maybe there's a level above or below. We heard the door open.
Yeah.
So we can't get to it, but we can hear it, maybe. I don't know.
That's creepy.
After we looked at the computer or while we were looking at it?
Just after you were kind of commenting on what you discovered, you hear the door open.
Yeah, I'm going to take out my my scanner or communicator. I'm going to take pictures on it if possible of the screen. Yeah. Just
you hear a door. This time, the slightly distinct, the slightly different sound of a door closing.
Okay. After the first one, we're a bit more alert. So can we pinpoint where it's coming from?
Definitely in somewhere to your somewhere in this direction.
Right. Okay.
Did you see that ping?
Yep.
That near
west.
Yeah. West as per the map.
There's definitely nothing on the wall to denote a secret observation window and door.
No.
Doesn't
appear to be.
Okay, in a low voice, let's get back to the other way to where we were. I don't like being stuck here.
Okay.
And I wince as the door opens with that loud noise.
I'm going to just out of curiosity use the infrared points at the wall along that wall and then head out so I can't see any difference in heat temperature.
Can't see any difference in heat temperature.
Yeah. Don't think it would split the try.
Shh.
I do like that door opening and closing. Great, isn't it?
But if they do come out that room somehow after us, we're going to hear the door open.
Oh, God,
yeah. That was the only reason I shut the door.
Okay, Marcus, lead the way. So we've checked this room here, haven't we? So the only one we need to go is down, and that's outside.
So there is an entire quadrant of the ship that you have yet to see. So far, you've just exited quadrant 4 into quadrant 3, and you entered in quadrant 2. and you went. You effectively went clockwise around the station. So you have not yet looked in or found quadrant 1.
So we have found that iris that leads up. So that door that we heard could be up there. So we go up to level 1, and of course we might find them. The question is, do we want to?
I don't want to, but we really need to find out what's gone on here.
Yeah.
It sounds like sabotage.
Great song.
At least in that way, we cover our asses when it drops into orbit and blows up. There's nothing we could do.
Yeah. The iris, I guess.
Okay. So that iris where you are is an iris valve that goes up. So there is a set of ladders, like steel ladders, in the wall that will let you up. And there is a control system near the wall, so you can absolutely do that. I am going to very carefully. Actually, I'm just going to go move you around in areas where you have seen before. Oops, didn't mean to do that.
I'm currently floating around in space, I think.
There you go. So, this is absolutely pitch dark, but what you can see as you kind of scan your torchlight in, so you're kind of, I would say you're still on the ladder. You've braced your core against the iris, which is going to remain open while there is an obstacle there. And shining your torch around, what you effectively have is parts of the ship's engines.
Okay.
So effectively what you have is 1, 2, 3... No, that's not right. Hang on. So quadrant 3... Yeah, okay. So you have 2 at the top, 3, 4, you assume 1, and on the side of 3 appears to be an engine system.
Right. No other way out that I can see.
No other way out, indeed.
I've got a horrible feeling we need to go outside and then do a spacewalk or a raft ride around to quadrant 1.
You just haven't gone the right way to find quadrant 1 yet.
Okay, let's leg it back to where we started from then.
Is there not the normal stuff on the wall? You are here, you know, and a map.
Follow the quadrant 1.
I mean, seems like a relatively... Yeah, there would be. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're currently... So currently you're identified as being in quadrant 3, crew deck. Crew deck.
It was officers' quarters, wasn't it? As well.
No, this isn't. Sorry, crew. Oh, yes, this is officers. This appears to be officers. This area. So quadrant 3, crew, senior crew plus bridge plus engine 2. Or engine 2 because the ship rotates like that. So there you go.
So the engine I'm seeing, is it damaged or just inactive?
Oh, sorry. Drive pod 1 is what it's labelled as. Sorry. Yes, it's just inactive.
Okay, I'll head into the room and have a quick look at the engines just to see if it's been deactivated, disabled, sabotaged, or anything like that.
There is a power plant. So this part has the power plant. The power plant itself is active. You know the power plant is active because it is driving. The lights and the environmental controls of the ship are working fine. There is a computer terminal in here that is fully operational. It does have a number of warning messages on. It is currently set to engineering and sort of engine. And there are several warnings around the engines. There are a number of crates scattered around here, all of which have a thin layer of dust on them. And as you kind of you lift up one of the crates with the barrel of your gun, it's got spare parts for ship repairs in them. And it looks to be about a ton worth of spare parts.
So that's down this iris that was through over at the moment.
It's in the iris above, so that's that one's above.
Yeah, right.
So I'll take a look. I'll have a quick look at the terminal to see what exactly is inactive, and it could give me an idea as to how long, or is there any other things likely to particularly go wrong?
There are a number of obviously red elements, both engines. It lists fuel as less than a ton.
Okay.
And there are a number of amber systems, which are all to do with propulsion, drive, and life support, environmental support.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'll come back and let them know how bad it is. Really. I know I can't fix it. So
move you to there.
Yeah. Just screwed.
Is the fuel needed to keep the electrics going as well?
Yes, it would be.
Right, so we don't want to fix the engine anyway, do we? Because if it goes off, it locks all these doors. Right. I think we before that we couldn't get it out of orbit.
I'd hazard a guess they've got something, an emergency system that's cut off from the normal fuel system, though.
Marcus, give me another electronics roll, computer roll. There would be, yeah. Most ships have a small amount of reserve energy, reserve fuel for powering life support, etc.
Gotcha.
Average?
Yeah, average.
Well, computers not engineering, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, computers actually. This was specifically computers. It was as you were staring at the terminal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to point at the wall and say, look what Carver's found of this map of the ship.
We didn't have it a while back.
It says, you are here.
Well, it doesn't quite say you are here. It just has, it would have an X. So it has an X. And a brief description of what's on where you are. It labels this as Quadrant 3. Secondary storage, bridge, and officers. Primary officer, on-duty officer quarters.
Using that,
we could use to get to the right place.
Yeah, using that, can we plot a primary and a secondary route, just in case?
Yes, you can. So the quickest way to get to Quadrant 1 from where you are would be to go back into the laboratory section, Quadrant 4, and continue westward, which you didn't do. You kind of stopped halfway through Quadrant 4 and came back on yourself. So that would be your primary way to Quadrant 1. The alternative is to continue eastwards out of Quadrant 3 into Quadrant 2. Continue traversing all the way along to Quadrant 2 instead of heading through the airlock and up into the spoke. You would just continue going eastward, and that would get you into Quadrant 1.
which is
I suppose a quick way is to go to the lab that we've not fully explored. There was a reason we turned around, wasn't there?
Yeah, you heard the door open.
Oh,
it could
sorry,
have been killed.
but there was no other door in that room. What's that?
The one that
there
we
was.
just from now.
No, the one with
Yeah,
the
there was.
with the dead
There was. Yeah, there was another door in that room.
Not for us. Wasn't for us.
Let's go back.
We saw the light through the wall, but there was no door there.
Yeah.
Should be. It's on the map. I can see it.
I'm stuck in a wall.
Is that why you came back on yourself? Because you didn't think there was a door. Okay, that explains lots then.
Okay, I'm in the room. Where's the door?
Should be there.
No, that's where we saw. That's where we saw the light, but we couldn't see a door there.
Hang on.
We saw. I can see like a room beyond it, as though it's something's open. But that's where we're saying it looked like a dodgy wall. Yeah, can see it now.
That wasn't there.
I'm not sure why. It was definitely there, but obviously it wasn't showing. Yeah, so there is a door that continues.
That's why I said a see-through observation wall or something. Yeah.
You know when we said we found a secret door, that's what it was. It was like, no, it looks like there's a secret door there, but we can't find anything. Is it a dodgy wall?
Okay. But then I fixed a dodgy wall that obviously managed to
hide the door.
This room is very similar to the previous room, except there are again an equal number of workstations around the outside of the room. The core thing here are the four sort of experimentation tables. Again, all of them have restraint on them of some kind. On one of the tables appears to be a life sciences toolkit.
Is that creature there?
That's a dead dog. That's a dead dog.
Oh no, it's not. It's carved on his side. The mark is
it's carved on his side.
I thought
Yeah.
I was zoomed out and I thought it was like creepy or something.
Yeah.
I'm not on my side. I'm not on my side.
No, it was Marcus.
Marcus.
Yeah. Rotating for where the light shines.
I had you targeted as well.
Okay, we'll take the toolkit.
Yeah. Okay. So life sciences toolkit. I had it open a second ago. Now I've closed it for some bizarre reason. One second. Let me tell you what this is. It's a pretty decent thing. Life sciences toolkit contains tools to aid the performance of tasks with the science specialities of biology, genetics, and xenology. Contains biological sampling equipment, optical and electron microscopes, chemical analysis equipment, and sequences for DNA, proteins, and other common life-related molecules. In addition, the toolkit can also aid in medical diagnostics, providing a DM +1 to medical investigate, check to diagnose a medical condition.
There you go, Brent.
That could replace either my scientific toolkit or my medkit.
It is a tech level 5 item, and it weighs 8 kilos.
So is my science toolkit then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm at 18 kilograms at the moment. That's going to really throw me over.
It is going to throw you over, yes.
Throw it on me. That'll take me just half a kilo over my heavy load.
That's you, Marcus. Yeah.
What was the weight again?
8 kilos.
8 kilos.
I can carry it and be on the load, I think.
Wow.
I've got 8.5 and my heavy load's 19.
All right. I'll drop it on Carver then.
Yeah,
I will be your donkey.
Or
There you go. You should have it on your character. Did I drop it? Did it work?
My weight carried is still 8.5. I've got the right sciences toolkit though. It's in owned. Let me move it up.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. All right.
There you go. That's better. Well, it's not. I'm carrying shit, but you know.
thank you.
it might save your life at some point. So it's worth
Might do.
As I
Could also-
took
could al-
8 kilograms scientific toolkit.
Could also be infected with something that's going to eat through the vac suit and kill me.
That's true.
We got duct
I
tape.
don't know.
We'll be fine.
Right. Since we heard something, I'm getting the gun ready and opening this other door. Just in case somebody the other side of it. Not seeing anyone else so far.
All right. In here, more chemical and science stuff. This room is a complete wreck. Everything has been shattered. What you have sort of over here. How have I done this? Where that circle is appears to be a big pile of mattresses that have been kind of stacked around a number of the kind of refrigeration systems that have been pulled over and dragged. You can see the drag marks across the floor from various parts of the room to kind of create sort of a square area, which then has what appears to be cloth and sheets and mattresses all piled around them.
Almost like a makeshift cave to hide in.
Almost like a makeshift cave to hide in. Yes.
Okay. I'll have a quick look through the sight of my rifle, whether there's any heat signatures or anything.
There are no heat signatures.
I shall head over there and take a look.
To the south of here, you can see a pile of garbage and other detritus, bits of small bones, excrement, crumpled up ration packs and stuff like that. And inside, there is an area that has been padded with bedding and trash. And then several tables.
This
Does
could
it look like
be Harris. This could be Harris Slocum's little. Was it Harris Slocum? This could be where he was staying before we killed him.
yeah, it could be his nest, so to speak.
Yeah. He said he was living off rats, didn't he? So, little bones.
I think he was lying.
I'll have a look around and see if there's anything been dropped, like key cards or date pads or something like that. If there's anything useful, information-wise, in there.
Yeah, if he stored anything in there.
Yeah, pull the mattresses out and things just to
Okay. All right. First thing that you notice when you kind of pull things out is a discarded underneath a bunch of blankets and things appears to be a med kit. Untouched.
There we go.
It is a hang on. It is a tech level 12 med kit.
Ooh. That's worth cash, isn't it?
Well,
That is worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you sell it if need be, because mine is a. Well, I'm tech level 8, so I could swap mine with that.
Yeah.
and sell your 8 one.
Well, I'll take yours as a backup, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
How much it weigh?
1 kilo.
1 kilo.
Okay.
Okay. Mine's 1 kilo. Can I just
So
drag
you
it
should
off myself?
see. Dragon off yourself. There is a medkit tech level 12 in the. Hold on. Configure ownership. Everybody should be able to see that.
Oh, I can't drag that off, so I'll drag it into the group. 1. Yep.
You drag that over to yourself. I'll take yours.
I can't drag it across for some reason. It's weird. Oh, right. So I've got.
You won't be able to drag it. You won't be able to drag it between you because this is not that sophisticated.
Ah, okay. If you could put my med kit onto
Me.
Marcus, yeah, that'd be lovely, please.
Okay. No worries.
I can still see the tech level 12 one under the survival gear.
Yeah. You'll be able to see that. Remember, the gear in there is just things that you can buy and stuff. So I'm just creating the items in there, and you can, as long as you drag them over, you paid for them. That's not a problem. So,
I'm going to delete my med kit then in that case off this one.
Just delete your current med kit, and then Kath, if you drag the TL, you can't see it, can you?
I see the TL 12 one. I can't see the TL 8 one.
Yeah.
I know I can. There we go.
There you go. All right.
Okay,
Cool.
there we go.
The other thing, as you kind of find that and you kind of pass that over, you pull one of the other tables, and it seems to have been laid down over top of a hole that goes down through the decking.
Ooh.
The edges of the hole appear to have been taped and lined with bundles of cloth.
So it's literally been scraped. He's cut through this rather than being natural hatch. That's quite impressive.
Correct. Yes. That is what it looks like. And as you kind of move some of the cloth, you realise it's incredibly sharp.
Yeah. Should we check out this door first, or do you want to have a look down the hole?
Just checking something. No, straight over. Down. I was checking the survival kit with the wood. It came with flares where I had to drop down. Apparently it don't. Check the door first, because we heard the door open, didn't we?
That's true. Yep.
Okay. Beyond appears to be a dark storage area. In here, cabinets or shelves full of empty files, unused. Other chemical and chemistry and biological accoutrements kind of all stacked in here. A number of them have been kind of scattered on the floor and shattered.
Anything labelled 1070? No fatigue. Anything labelled 1079?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh. No. That's something we tell somewhere.
Yep.
I can't see any doors or anything in here.
Well, no, there is a... Can you still not see the door?
Yeah.
I'm in space.
You can't see that door there.
I can see the door just come through and nothing else. I haven't. I said no teleports.
I teleport because I'm stupid.
Because it's pitch black, you see.
Are we teleporting?
Yes.
There you go.
There's a door in the middle of the wall. Okay.
Well, it's not teleport then.
Oh, I can see.
I just teleported to Medi. And yes, I'm supposed to get out of space.
Okay.
Again, as you kind of pass through, it is a large sort of double doors that it wouldn't be. It would just be a continuation of the passageway, but the only way you get that to work. And there is a single kind of door, an iris door, nearby.
To the north. Go for it.
Can't see a thing in here.
No, I can't do anything either.
Ready?
Corridor. So are we going to keep going this way or check what's down that hole first? Then?
No, keep going because this is exactly like when we came in the first entrance when we first came on board. It was exactly the same layout, wasn't it?
So aren't these bird-like things, these curves supposed to be down somewhere in the...
They are.
Check. I'm just wondering if that hole leading to them.
Well, let's clear this first because we want to get to Sector 1, don't we?
Yeah.
Can we just come back?
Heading into this corridor, it is again just as you imagine. It's just as you see, it's a straightforward kind of corridor. A number of doors to the south of you as you walk along.
Because it's so dark, I don't know whether you lot are standing behind me or whether you've all buggered off back the other way. I just assume it's anything. There's a little close. There's no light, so we'll open the door. In fact, there's no sound effect either.
The light will come on as you open the door. Why was there no sound effect?
I don't know.
Because I missed it.
Lucky.
Let's check if there's something in the shitter.
So this the room that you're in is empty. All of the cloth within sheets, blankets, mattress, clothing have been removed. The wardrobe areas kind of stand open. Hangers and things strewn across the floor. Anything soft furnishing gone. Anything hard still here, like the bed, etc.
Okay. Sounds like it's all been taken out. That one I found.
Yeah, I'm quick catching up with myself. I thought I'd done all these and missed them.
No light in there.
Not going to bother doing the shitter though. Yeah, just bear with me 1 second because I'm distracted looking elsewhere.
Yeah.
I believe I missed these.
You didn't think we survived long enough to get here?
No, I thought I'd gone through them all. There we go, sorted. Okay. Broken glass coats the stateroom. Remnants of lighting fixtures have been smashed. In the middle of the floor, I mean, as you open the door, the first thing that hits you is this waft of decomposing flesh. In the middle of the floor appears to be a dead crew member.
Oh. key cards and things again. Tablets, phones, all the equivalent.
Body is missing a leg. Appears to have been torn off. Eyes, lips, parts of ear have all been chewed away. You can see small gnaw marks on them. There is, on the jumpsuit that the individual is wearing, definitely a female. It says Landon. Landon. There is a key card with a bee on it. A green bee.
Okay, I think that. Any sign of rattler or anything? Droppings or anything?
Yeah, there are plenty in here. Yeah. And there are probably several holes in the side of the walls, or that seem to go, that could go down or up.
I've been talking for ages. I forgot to mute myself. Right. So, what's the name of this ship we're on again? Sorry.
The Calendula.
Calendula. So the key cards aren't to do with. Sorry, I thought it was like a different ship.
The Caligula. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah.
That's what my mind as well. Yeah. The door. I'm suggesting the balloon because
there's no lights in there, so.
Yeah. But there's that room about. That's the one that had the books in. So expecting to find rats now.
Well, there were rats in that first room when we came on board, wasn't there? But we went, close the door.
Yeah. Well, there was rats in that.
They were very aggressive. Yeah.
They may have grown, or these super soldier drugs.
Exactly, just like what's his face did by eating the rats.
I'm going to move you for a second. Oh, it doesn't tell me what room number you're in. Okay.
17, 18, 19 maybe? Because that was 20 and we've got 17 and 18. And
No.
That's logical.
That's not how this works. No, it doesn't. This is a room that isn't actually labelled. Again, it appears to be, well, it's fairly obvious. It is a storage room. You can see a number of, again, crates. This time, the crates in here, they do appear to be a mixture of sort of spare bedding, spare clothing, etc. And also a number of spare parts, as well as some scientific equipment.
Nothing easy to carry around there.
No.
Sorry, just go back for a second. Give me an investigate roll. So worth this investigating. Carver, your sort of comm system chirps, and you just see a simple message: 6 hours to impact.
Okay. Update from the ship, I assume.
Yeah.
6 hours.
It's probably more. Yeah. Update from the ship. Yeah, 6 hours. Yeah.
Impact, or that's how long we've got to get back.
To impact.
Well before.
Well, yeah. Just checking on that. So it's 6 hours to impact. So extrapolating that back, how many hours is that until we're burning up on entry? Because we're skipping the atmosphere at the moment.
It would be 6 hours to significant ship degradation, and then probably a further 10-15 minutes to impact. So it's a very brief window of when the ship starts to hit the ring. It will go down pretty quickly after that.
So we get really, really hot, and then we get really, really cold.
And then really dead.
And really
Yeah,
dead.
really bad. Yeah.
In terms of how long do you think you have, you probably want to be back at your ship before, with at least half hour to go before the ship impacts. Remember, your ship is currently holding off station, and you kind of drifted over in your own air car, in your own aircraft. Or did you spacewalk? I can't remember.
No.
Spacewalk.
Did we
You spacewalked. Yeah,
You spacewalked, yeah.
you spacewalked. Yeah. Bizarrely enough, an air raft, if you have a way to initiate that forward momentum, it will go in space.
I want to be like Brian Blessed from Flash Gordon, just flying through the air on an air raft onto the planet.
Yeah.
Back to the station and shoot the guns so the recoil lasts back.
It would work. One of the problems with slug fires in Zero G.
Yeah. Marcus, there is a slightly larger container that sits almost square in the middle of this room. There's something odd about it.
Any label on it? Say what it's supposed to be? Or?
Well, that's the first thing. There is no label on it. There is a panel. And it seems to be some kind of mag lock on it. And a very, very faint red blinking sort of diode. It's a little bit bigger than human size. It's probably 2/3 of the width of my desk square. So you're probably looking at maybe a meter and a half by a meter and a half in terms of size. So each square is effectively 2 meters. So almost fills like one of those areas in the middle, and it stands about 2.5 meters high. It's pretty much to the ceiling in here.
Okay, so the blinking light, is that like a heartbeat?
It's just a very faint, tiny red dot in the corner of this panel that seems to be slightly blacker and definitely glass compared to the rest of this container. No obvious ways to, no obvious kind of entrances to the container.
Yeah, I'm going to touch the panel, see if this lights up, see if it's a percentage screen or something. I was expecting that.
No, when you touch it with your hand, nothing happens.
Okay.
Do you want to use a key card?
Yeah, I was just thinking. We've got a C and we've got a B, and I don't remember what the other one that we found.
Take the B.
Yeah. Try that one.
Okay, as you touch the key card to the panel, the light flashes red with more intensity and then stops. And then kind of goes back to standard blinking.
Okay. I don't think this one goes.
You do have Asda points now.
I want extra ones, not alpha ones. Okay, we try the C one. Top of the cards.
Yep.
As you touch, you touch the C to the panel. The little tiny red light flicks to green, and the panel lights up.
Oh.
And it says, "Initiate hydraulics."
Oh. Is this a lift? Elevator?
Or a big giant cyborg?
You want to shut the door while I get on the gas?
No, I'm going to stay here. My gun trained.
Okay. I'll press on yes. And then step back with my gun aimed at the...
There is a slight
open the door.
faint vibration that you can feel coming from the container. The vibration kind of rises, probably takes less than 5 to 10 seconds. And then all 4 sides seem to drop into the floor, leaving what is essentially 4 pillars and a roof, and a 3 sides. So the side facing the back wall remains where it is, and that's the side that will have had the panel on it. The other side, so this side, this side, and this side, all sort of drop down into the floor, leaving a square metal pad in the middle.
Nothing else.
And then on this side, so the side which would have been inside the crate, exactly where the external panel is, it has a simple up-down, with the up in red and the down in green.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe it's an elevator.
Well, I didn't think cyborg, I just saw elevator when it says hydraulic. Should we check it out? How many people can fit it on this? On the side, is it?
There would be enough. Yeah, there would be enough for 1 person or 1 cryo chamber. It's that kind of size. Is it enough for a cryo chamber to sit on it?
Okay.
Or 1 person? You could probably get 2 people at a squeeze. But if anything happens, you're going down. You're not.
We're using vac suits, aren't we? So.
Yeah. Well, as a disposable one here, we've got a medic and we've got a pilot. I can't do either. Well, I can do the medic actually, but not the pilot.
Right.
I'll go in.
We'll follow once it recycles.
You mean it recycles being by constituent parts?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll use the constituent parts for making stuff, repairing the ships and stuff.
Yeah.
Food.
Okay. You're going to
make food around yeah.
Are you hitting the down?
Yes, I am.
Okay. As you hit the down, Carver, movement in the darkness suddenly catches your attention as a figure suddenly comes running out of the darkness, looks almost like a ragged kind of cat, bipedal cat, that comes towards you with
some chocolates or some flowers.
what seems to be a pistol and to be some kind of sword. Let's take a quick break. Come back in 5 minutes as Marcus is going down and this figure appears coming in from the corridor.
Lionel gets a fuck.
Yeah, Lionel.
What you have is effectively this figure rushing towards you.
It's a wolf.
He's had too much catnip.
It's a wolf. That's a wolf.
It's a Varga, I think.
Yeah, Varga. More Wolfen than Catten.
Yeah, more Wolfen than Catten. All right, quick 5 minutes. I do need to turn that break, gone for a break thing on, because I think that's pretty awesome. I just need to go get a drink. So 5 minutes, we'll be back.
Cool. Just going to go and clear my nose. Back in a minute.
Ooh.
That's weird.
What's that?
I put it on and it said battery on, power on battery high, but the mute wouldn't come off until I put it back on the dock. Put it on the dock, it started charging a little bit and it reset it. Have you done much in Vision 2?
No.
Some of the...
No, I ended up, because I don't play Division, and I can't play Division because it's I can't break the habit. I play it with mouse and keyboard, and then my mouse finger started to play up really badly, so I've had to stop until it calms down again.
Yeah, I use control.
Yeah, I've tried and I can't get. I would need to have never played it before and then just play it with a controller. I just can't break the. It doesn't feel right to me now.
The throws me off if I swap.
Yeah.
That zombie game that you told me about, I lost like 3 hours last night playing it.
Yeah, the demo.
Yeah, do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a first-person Project Zomboid.
Yes.
Everything's pretty much identical, even the character creation. So,
is it?
Yeah, it's really good. Interesting. I'm in a school at the moment, and I thought it was a light switch because it's dark. I flicked this light switch, and then all the alarms went off in the school. It's a fire alarm button, wasn't it? So I quickly turned it off as these zombies came flying down the corridor.
The other one to look at if you've not seen it is called Surrounded.
Surrounded. Okay.
Yeah, so it's SURR. It's like surrounded, but instead of it DED, it's DEAD.
Yeah, I'll look at that.
That's actually really good as well. It's voxel based.
Ah, well, the one I had high hopes for was called. Oh shit! What's it called? Up in my Steam library. I've got it. But it's like a big, massive map of Canada, and they've done it
right
to the street maps and everything.
Okay.
But it was really badly. There's one guy working on it at the moment because the whole studio just backed off from it after the Kickstarter or whatever it was.
Oh, rubbish.
Yeah, but this one guy was like, I feel sorry for everybody, so I'm going to keep working on it, and he's working on it but it's just like you've got to update the whole file every chuffing time. So you've not put it until it's finally dead matter, is it?
Okay. Don't know.
That was very good. Yeah, I can imagine a private server on that being very good. I think once you get it public, it'd be a chuffing nightmare like DayZ or whatever.
Yeah. If they do a private server, it'll be worth having a look at. But no, Kath, I was, my with my wrist hurt, my finger hurting as much. It's calmed down today. It's like I get like RSI / kind of arthritis in my finger, and it just hurts so much.
Yeah, I was getting the same type of thing, which is why I now use controller, because I was having problems with the keyboard.
I think when they bring Division 3 out, I'll start and play with controller right from day one. And I'll be fine, because that's how that's how I've been playing Path of Exile 2, and I was absolutely fine in Path of Exile 2 with a controller. So I've just got to build that mental kind of muscle memory, and Division 2 muscle memory is keyboard and mouse.
Well, there's some interesting new tactics.
Yeah.
But there's some interesting fights now, because you go into a room and there's one where it's literally fire everywhere, and I went in, built my character was pretty much fireproof. Everyone else was falling around left, right, and centre because they weren't paying attention. It's like spending half this fight getting them all back up again. But
I've just found a comment here. So travelers may freely delay their action until later in a turn. So no penalty. You just delay. The initiative simply indicates when you have the first opportunity to act.
Cool.
So let's roll for initiative, everybody.
So which side do I see this creature coming from?
Just crossing into the from the shadow of the doorway of one of the staterooms.
Oh.
Okay.
And at this point in time, Marcus is kind of oblivious to it. He's just kind of going down on this elevator.
Yeah.
All right. Shout at the top of my voice. Contact.
Carver, you're up. As you yell contact and swivel round with your shotgun. Bye-bye, Jan Valther.
That's what I roll.
You hear a little voice behind you, Cav, going,
One hit, one miss.
One hit, one miss. Give me 1 second. She isn't going to do that. Okay, so one hit, one miss as you unleash the shotgun in her general direction. Let's do it that way.
So as a minor action, can I move?
What's going on? Yes, you can. 1 second. I just need to swap the token over. I understand what's going on now. There we go. That's her token there. Okay. Yes, you can. As a minor action, you can move.
Okay. So, where's my movement?
Still not initiative.
I need to put her back on the tracker. She was there, I think.
What was that, Kath?
The enemy was off the tracker.
Okay. What's the movement on the character sheet?
Speed 6.
Speed.
Okay.
Yeah, speed, and that's the number of meters or you can move. So effectively, it's
Speed
square. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's all right. I'm stood there going.
Actually,
No.
I'll move to there and then to there. And then I'll close the door.
That's what I do.
Okay. As you're sinking down the elevator, you suddenly hear the distinctive sound of Marcus's shotgun go off, and you see his legs come running into the room, and you can hear him kind of elevated breathing. Marcus, you are up. Oh well, Marcus, you are sinking down.
Yeah.
At this point, you kind of drop below the deck, and you see yourself kind of coming down what is effectively a hydraulic. You're on like a hydraulic plate, where the hydraulics are underneath, and you're coming down into what appears to be a pretty large. Where you would have expected one of the fuel tanks to be, it isn't. It just seems to be another laboratory.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say, turn around. Can I actually? Is there anything on the panel to press going back up again, or anything, or do I have to wait until it goes down to the bottom?
It looks. I mean, you slam your hand on the up arrow, and it goes. Meep, meep. Or
Roadrunner in here.
yes, I didn't mean Roadrunner.
A big fucking weight there as well.
Yeah. Basically, you just get feedback like, nope, I'm in the middle of a process and I can't cancel it.
Okay. Like, there's a roof to this thing, so I can't get out anyway.
No, you're on a plate. It's above you. You can see up, and you can see the roof of which would be near the ceiling of the chamber above. You could absolutely get up if you. I mean, if you want to try and jump and pull yourself up, yeah.
Yeah. But the panel to get this down is
still no. It's still at the.
At the main wall at the top.
It's on the main wall at the top. You've got basically it's a two-skin wall, and the panel that brings you down is on a separate wall.
Yeah. No, I'm going to shine the torch around below.
Okay. Okay, so you seem to be coming into an area which is probably 2 meters by 4 meters. At one end. So if you think I don't have a map for this. So if you think about, let me try and draw this really quickly. What you're effectively doing is coming into something. Oh, that didn't work, did it? I try and draw in a black. Oh no, it should be red. Okay, so you're kind of coming into an area of that size. And what you see all around here, there is a doorway that would be effectively here, like a set of sort of a big double iris door. And all around this room are a number of empty cryovats or biological containment systems, some that would have had fluid in to hold samples, various sizes, all stacked around here.
Okay, but there's no living creatures or anything in here.
It doesn't appear to be, no.
Okay.
It is all powered though, and a couple of the vats do have liquid in them, and it will be bubbling.
Right, okay.
But there's nothing in them.
Right, okay. I'll wait until it gets down to the bottom.
Okay.
I'll go on that page, and then I'll try and go back up again.
Okay. this Varga comes charging down the corridor towards Brent. We'll get to about here, and we'll then... So, just looking at drawing and reloading, what I would say is keep a record elsewhere of the number of rounds that you have, and just make sure that the bullets physically just reflect the number of rounds in a clip or a magazine, so you know when it empties, you have to perform a reload action. Don't need to worry about it right now, though. I'm just going to kind of close in on Brent. And Brent, you notice that there is kind of a strange sort of feral look about this Varga, beyond what it should have been. And he's kind of brandishing a pistol in one hand and what appears to be a sword, a cutlass of some kind, in the other, but has used all of her actions to get to you. Okay. Brent, you're up.
You muted.
I'm muted, sorry. Okay, so I don't have multi-shot action with my shotgun, so I'm just going to do one attack here.
Okay. As you're going to do that, they are going to attempt to dodge you.
Okay. Actually missed anyway, so hopefully he dodges into where my bullets.
So the way dodge works, a traveller who is dodging will inflict a penalty equal to their dex DM or athletics dexterity, whichever is higher. So they would have automatically imposed a penalty of 3 to your roll.
And as my last action, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. It was 3 squares, wasn't it, for my movement?
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, and that is me done.
Okay. All right, so we go back to Carver.
I was just putting, there's a little notes thing at the bottom of the weapon, so I've just put in there 103 ammo in cartons, and then I've put 9 magazines full, and I've reduced the ammo down to 22, because I think it takes 2 every time it shoots.
Yeah, every full auto, it is 3 times your
Normal.
3 times your auto score. Hang on, let me double check.
So an auto 2 would be 6.
To
18 then. Right, okay. Makes sense because it dropped to 341. I thought, hang on, wasn't that on 347 last time? That makes sense. So it is doing it.
Yeah, full auto uses a number of rounds equal to 3 times the auto score, and burst uses a number of rounds equal to the auto score. Okay.
Okay. I will. If I step to the side there, can I see it through the door? I think I can. Oh, it's right. Sorry, I completely missed which figure I was. It's right next to me.
Yep. And again, the Varga will try and dodge you, so you will have a -3 penalty to your DM.
Okay. How many times are you going to do?
You can make an unlimited number of reactions, but each one confers a -1 penalty to your next set of actions.
Okay. So he's on -6. Or -2.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
It's a girly, but hard to see at the moment. It's all a bit manic.
Okay. So in the DM, I'm putting -3, correct?
Correct, yeah. No. It's the other way around, isn't it? It's +3. It would be +3 because... Wait a minute. You're trying to get over the number, aren't you? Yes, -3. Yes, sorry.
I gave me a plus.
Yeah, it's +3. -3.
If he doesn't do it right, I'll do it again.
That's fine. Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's fine.
Okay.
You squeeze off, and this thing just kind of seems to move with surprising agility. Not quite Matrix style, but not far off. You still have a minor action. You can close the door. Okay. Marcus.
I figure it's got to move to the door, and then it's got to open it. I don't think you can do that. No.
Marcus.
Where did Marcus go? Sorry, where did Brent go? Did I see which way he went?
You didn't. No. He didn't go across the door towards the creature, so you imagine he's come backwards on himself.
Makes sense.
Have I reached the bottom of... Has the lift reached the bottom yet? Or is it
Yes, the lift would reach the bottom at this turn, yes.
Right. Then turn around and push the F button.
Okay. Immediately, the hydraulics kind of wear and start to push you upwards.
And I'll face where the door is going to be, and I have my gun ready just in case.
Okay.
I see something on fire when I get up there, and that's probably going to take up the rest of my turn.
All right. Jan will raise pistol and points it at Brent and shoots. No aiming. This is just straight up. Do you wish to take a reaction to dodge?
Yeah, I think I probably will do.
Okay. So your choices are reaction wise. A traveller who is dodging will inflict a penalty equal to their Dex DM. Both ranged and melee attacks may be dodged, or you can throw yourself to the ground.
No, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to add any negatives to my next attack, so I'm going to...
You've seen the damage, haven't you? That happens.
Are you sure you want to take it?
What's your armour?
I've got my high-tech chuffing vac suit, haven't I, which is protection 10.
Protection 10.
Okay.
All right. He's just going to take it. He's going to see what it's like. I mean, she's on a -2 anyway, so she is going to...
dodging around is going to throw her aim completely off, hopefully.
She's got a -2.
I'm not playing a monk, so I should be fine.
Squeezes around off, and her aim is just off, and it kind of ricochets off the corridor with a rather nervous kind of sound. You wouldn't want to be using a seriously high-powered rifle because it could potentially punch you through these corridor walls. And at that point, she continues then to bound towards you.
Ooh, I might shoot.
Brian, you're up. You're up, Brent.
Should I shoot the wall and that gets sucked into space? Maybe not. I'll shoot her.
Okay.
So I've got no negatives because she's not... Is she dodging at all?
She will dodge again, yes. So you're on a -3.
Right.
As she throws herself. She's kind of weaving and dodging, trying to close on you with her sword.
How do you work out your Dex DM then?
So what is your Dex?
8.
8? So it should have a number next to it. Is it 0?
Yeah.
So your DM is 0, so there's no point in you dodging. You would probably want to like throw yourself prone, which would convey a -2 to their attack to their attack.
See, because on the character sheet, it's got 3 under the dodge.
I've got 0 under my dodge.
I got 0 under my dodge.
But there's a dice above it, as if you roll something, but you can't.
It's just click to dodge. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where's dodge?
Right side.
Opposite speed.
Under social.
Oh! Gotcha. Right. So just click on it.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Reaction -1. Yeah.
Reaction -1. So you don't. So that's the dodge DM is there, and then if you use dodge, then it applies that -1 automatically. I didn't realise it did that. That's pretty freaking cool. So I've got her on a -1 as she's dodged you. Brent, you've missed again.
I'll just make sure I've not put -1 rather than click that button.
No, you've got a. It's saying you're encumbered. Why are you encumbered?
Because I am.
Genuinely, you are encumbered.
Yeah, my carry is my heavy load's 14. I'm 19.
Yeah, you might want to offload some of that as quickly as possible.
What are you carrying that you shouldn't be carrying?
Because you've got a -2 to your penalty for encumbered.
You've got a big jar of fucking sweeties on you or something.
Yeah,
I've got my Haribo's. I've got my scientific toolkit, which is 8 kilograms. It's like I'm running around with a trolley full of stuff.
He's got a scientific toolkit, a Geiger counter, a shotgun, and an auto pistol, and a vac suit.
Yeah, I've got 6.5 kilos free at the moment.
Binoculars in a med kit, so 8, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. That's why he's just got everything.
It's like every character I ever have. I've got everything in my backpack.
Yeah, you have. All right. You've still got an action left. You've still got an action left.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, that vac suit that you dropped into my items carried is gone.
Huh.
We should be wearing it.
Yeah. Because I didn't own a vac suit. So you dropped. I think you created one and dropped it in, but it's gone. So that lovely life science toolkit may well be in the actual where we were going to pick it up from.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's me done.
What kind of vac suit was it? Can you remember?
Mine's improved. So late, I think.
Were they 10? They were TL10, weren't they?
10, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the ones were TL10 from the we were given.
Yeah, because
there you go. I've given you a vac suit improved. Oh.
Right, got it. Right, so that's 12.
Because I remember I went for tech level 12 that I paid for 20,000 credits. So for
right, so
my tech level 10 is 8 protection.
Put the you can put the life sciences toolkit, just put it in items owned rather than carrying it.
I think I'd probably drop the I'd drop something else. I'd come on with spare space.
Yeah,
that's 12k. So I don't mind picking that up. I'd probably drop the first aid kit, the basic first aid kit. Let's see how much that was.
Doesn't seem to weigh much, Clinton.
It doesn't weigh anything. How can a first aid kit not weigh anything?
It should weigh 1 kilo.
Yeah.
There you go. I've updated it for you.
Let's drop that.
Can I drop an item then, or is that action?
If you're gonna, you would genuinely think about what you were taking on board, right?
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would just put anything that you own but wouldn't necessarily take with you into your items owed.
Yeah, I came on with very minimalist. It was sort of like combat oriented and a couple of tech things, and that was it.
Yeah.
So how much do those weigh? And
Because ultimately, things like scientific toolkit and stuff like that, you probably wouldn't bring them on board until you knew you needed them. Then you would just go and get them, or you'd have,
something of equivalent while we're over here.
I'm down to 19 kilos, which is my heavy load, which it should be. Now, is it when you hit the heavy load or when you're above it?
above, I think.
Okay, we'll find out next time we roll.
Yeah, because you'll be listed as encumbered as a penalty on your character sheet.
Okay, cool. Right.
All right. Okay, so Carl, Brent, you without the -2 penalty, you'd have still missed. To be fair, you'd have got 6, which is still missed. So you and then you've moved back. Yeah, and then you've moved back. Okay, Carver, you're up.
Not there.
Can't see the door. Where's the door? Thank you.
You can hear a girl crying down the corridor.
Right, so it was a minor action to open the door, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. Take a step out. That's 1. 2, 3. And that's me done then.
Okay. Marcus. At this point, the elevator rises back up and you can step off.
I will shout, cease and desist, or you will die.
Okay.
And I'll see whether that sort of like
Has any impact?
sense. Yeah.
Okay.
If I move forward, would I be able to see the target and have a shot at it, or will I just be able
Yeah, you've got your 2 actions, so it's fine.
I'll move forward. Okay, there's a target. The fact that something else is now appeared on the initiative trackers.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute.
I've lost the active. There we go.
Will dodge as you appear out of there, raising your rifle. This Vargo kind of catches you out the corner of her eye and throws herself to one side. So apply a -3 to your roll, please. He's going to impose a -2 to her reaction for her next set of actions.
I'm rolling a burst anyway.
Okay.
So that's counteracted it effectively. So I've got a -3 and a +3. Roll
Cool.
like normal.
It should have. Yep. Cool.
And it looks like it's missed.
You have unfortunately missed.
Yeah.
All right.
Jean-Claude Jan Vartha's going to have a go now.
Jan Vartha turns and will take a swing with her sword at Marcus. Do you wish to dodge, Marcus?
I can't. I've got nothing to dodge with.
Okay, do you wish to dive for cover?
You can dodge, can't you? It's just a melee dodge.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's going to apply it's going to apply a +0 penalty, and then have a -1 to him, so it's not going to make a difference.
Go prone.
Okay, so you can try and parry the opponent's melee attack as a reaction. In doing so, you will inflict your melee skill as a negative DM to the attacker's attack roll.
that would give them a bonus.
Okay.
For the attack.
Okay. So your only option then is to dive for cover. if you wanted to. You may dive behind any object within 1.5 meters of your current position. So you can dive back through the door, and I'll give them a -2, but you will completely forego your next set of actions if you do dive for cover. It's up to you.
Nah, I'll take
You'll take it. You'll take it like
my job.
a man. Yeah.
That's my job. Basically.
Just for instance, so this, I assume this Jan Vartha's got like a +3 on their decks, and that's why they're giving us a -3.
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh, that didn't do. No, hang on. Ignore that roll. That didn't do what I thought it was going to do. So I'm going to redo that. So it doesn't apply the reaction. It just reminds you that you need to apply it. Gotcha. There you go. Okay. All right. So she swings at you with her cutlass, and you kind of, fortunately, it kind of, she gets it slightly wrong, and it kind of clunks against the side and does nothing. Okay. The iris opens behind you.
Rude.
And this thing appears.
Come on.
Is
Is that its cock? Oh, it's Andon, isn't it? It's got a cock slap you, Brent.
And it immediately tries to, it immediately swipes at you. Do you wish to do anything as a reaction?
So, just to clarify, is Marcus now in the other room? Because he threw himself.
No, he didn't. He stood. He took it. He took it like a man.
We know like a champ.
She missed.
Yeah, he's now going to take the forfeit. Oh, it's behind me. Shit.
Yeah.
Brent, sorry, not you, Marcus. Brent.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing I can do really because mine are all 0.
Okay.
So
Okay. Remember, you can, like I say, you can always dive for cover. In your instance, there isn't cover, but you can still dive out the way. It will forego all of your next actions, but impose a -1 to them. But you'd be prone.
yeah, exactly. I'm not
Okay.
doing that. I'll
All right. It's going to swing at you then. This claw, all of a sudden the iris opens, and as you kind of look behind you, you see this meaty claw just swipe the air just near your head. If you hadn't have turned your head, it would have caught you across the ear.
Jesus.
Brent, you're up.
Okay. Swapping targets. I'm going to fire on King Monkey.
You're going to fire on the king monkey. It's actually small. It's not a large creature. This so it should probably be.
Oh, for God's sake! I'm getting really high damage and missing. Why have I missed on a 7?
Because you need an 8. You always need an 8.
8. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I got my head 7 for some reason. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like Benny Hill now. 1, 2.
You sprint down the road yelling, "Mummy!"
Yeah. There's another
Okay,
one behind
stop
me.
around, Carver. Yeah, you can see that movement further down the passage, the corridor beyond Brent. You can see what appears to be a small, four-armed, two-legged monkey of some kind heading your way.
Okay. Then we will try and shoot this fucking wolf-headed bitch.
Maybe jump out the way and let them fight each other, like King Kong or Baby Kong and.
Allies.
I would hazard. This is just. It's a bit too much for a coincidence that they both come from one side or the other, to be honest with you.
It is.
So I'm going to shoot this one.
Okay.
Are they dodging?
Yeah, of course. We'll absolutely dodge. to -3. Again, I mean, she seems a lot quicker on her feet than you would expect a normal Varga to be.
I feel like an absolute turnip, that's what I did.
Why does the second one say hit then?
The second one hits.
Should be green though, shouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't show me what your roll is, it just says you hit.
You got an 8.
Weird.
It says 8. It says 8.
It's got the 8, yeah.
Hang on though.
2d6 plus 2 -3.
Yeah, it doesn't tell me what the roll is.
Doesn't tell me either.
No, I'm just thinking.
Just say hit, but
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Well, yeah, it doesn't go with those, doesn't it?
I didn't see what the dice were either. Does it show the dice? I remember.
It
Oh,
doesn't. I don't know why. Yeah, it doesn't show it, so. I don't know, it must be a miss. There must be a reason why it's a miss.
Unless you get 8 on the dice, which would be a hit, but then you get a -3 on that. But then why would it say 2d6?
Why would it say hit? Why would it say hit?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll apply the damage. It's fine. We'll apply the damage.
Okay.
So that means hit point to 1
It's going to be Jillian hit points.
And I will back up.
Okay.
Run away!
Alright.
It's me,
Marcus.
Yeah, you don't need back up to get through me first.
It's called tactical repositioning. No, wait, it'll get through you, and I'm just preparing for the round it gets through you.
Yeah.
Right.
But it comes out your back.
Mm-hmm.
Use this.
This is lethal.
Very much so.
Dodging again.
Mm-hmm.
-3 again.
Yep.
It must be
Do it, Marcus.
a penalty because it's dodging everyone.
Yeah, it's a -2. She's at -2 at the moment. It resets at the end of her actions. It resets. Yeah.
Range. Oh, range is going to be short because it's point blank.
Yeah. Range is short. Yeah.
Oh, that's not that big change in shit.
No, I
Yeah.
I assumed it was realising the range because you typed it at the same
Oh shit, I haven't. I've been putting it as 50 metres all the time. Should I get a bonus?
So that you'll get +1. So that 8 would have definitely that 8 would have definitely hit because it'd been a 9. So
I thought I only done one shot.
because you probably rolled a 2 + 1 -3 + 1 is 1.
But I did burst.
Yeah, burst doesn't do 2 shots.
Just adds damage.
It adds a bonus value to the damage. Yeah,
Oh,
adds
it's
your burst.
also is it for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I've been pressing. I've been clicking it
Yeah.
off.
It's still 112 metres, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's short range, 112 metres.
Oh, is it? Right, sorry. You should be
Yeah.
point blank, though.
There isn't a point blank.
But it is not both.
It's short range. It's short range, medium range, long range, extreme range.
Gotcha.
And you get -2 for long range, -4 for extreme range, +1 for short range, +1 for laser sights if aiming. So laser sight plus aiming gives you +1/+1.
Yeah, well, laser sight on the gun.
And if something moves at least 10 meters towards you or relative to your speed in a turn, then it's -1.
Oh, right. That's good.
Moving target.
Yeah.
Same as Battletech, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcus, anything else you want to do? Do you want to move? Or are you just going to stand there and play with her?
I was going to say,
Play with her pussy.
Yeah. She's not going to. It's going to change for her, is it? Perhaps maybe it does change the target.
Exactly.
Something like Pathfinder, gas it out because it stops an attack.
Yeah. No.
All
right. Jan, she is gonna. Yeah, basically, she's gonna swing her sword at you, Marcus. She is on a -2, so that's going to give me a -2.
I think I put them armoured as well, but there we go. If the ship had better armour, then I should be winning that. Let's just hope that I don't need it.
She will hit.
There we go.
It will apply 1 wound to you. Do you want it to come off strength or dex?
I'd probably say strength personally, but
Well, they're both the same.
yeah, but using your dex to fire
Dex,
out.
so using, yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Initially, it's applied to endurance. You've got no choice.
Yeah.
Sorry. We had this before, didn't we?
Actually, health. Yeah. Goes off endurance, and then
There you go. 1 point of damage to your. Did that apply correctly?
I just don't have a character sheet, so.
Oh yeah, don't do that. But I get. Yeah, put yourself back to 9. You. Not sure you can. There you go.
Yeah, I put it on the damage part on the left, so I've taken that off again.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. It says you got 2 points of. It says you got 2 points of. 1. There you go. You got 1 point of damage to endurance. Okay. And that is her turn.
It doesn't show that on my screen.
This thing moves quickly, closing the gap on Bren, and takes another sort of claw attack on Bren, but misses. Bren, you're up.
Okay, step into here. I'm going to take a shot at
Okay.
Jan.
There is no flanking, by the way, just in case.
That is fine. It's just that I noticed that my
Jan-
range has been medium all this time.
Right, Jan is going to dodge. So -3.
Dodge this bitch.
Dodge this bitch. That is a hit. Look at that. And we will apply that. Oh no, that's going to Bren, not to Bren. We want to apply it to Jan Mulby. All right. Basically, yeah, you go dodge this bitch, shove your gun, your shotgun, point blank range into her stomach, pull the trigger, and it's just like a big hole appears, and then the body just kind of slumps down, dead.
Lovely.
The monkey behind screeches at the smell of blood. Carver, you're up.
sorry, just sneezing.
Okay. You be careful with your sneezing.
Yeah, will be.
Oh, sure. Oh, bless me, I got most of it.
Okay, we will. So she's slumped.
Yep, she's down.
We've got this new target behind. So we will attack with shotgun.
Okay. It is not going to take a reaction because it's not really intelligent enough.
Okay. Actually, bear with me. Let me check the distance there before I do that. So I need to be within 6. So I'll move forward.
Okay.
Okay, that takes me to 12 meters, which puts it at short.
Okay.
It's weird actually, to work it out, it says 8.7 meters, but it's clearly not reading these right, is it? Well, it's because it's thingy, isn't it? It's because, is it working on his yards?
It could be.
The squares might be in like 6 foot or something. I don't think that'd be right either.
Ignore the because the grid. I couldn't line the grid up, and then I couldn't be arsed. It was driving me mad. So the map is set to 1.5 meters per 90 pixels. So the actual squares don't really line up with how far something is.
Okay, so short range, full auto. Let's see what this can do.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Bloody.
That short range makes a difference.
Yeah. Well, rolling over 10, or whatever.
Horses for courses.
Well, again, your shotgun echoes as you kind of take aim at this small monkey and blow the thing away.
Okay, and I will. Well, if we're out of combat, I'll reload. I'll change magazines.
Yeah, out of combat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll reload as well. But the first thing is going to be to move to Marcus and just assess his wounds.
He's bleeding a little bit, but nothing too bad. He's got effectively 1 point of damage.
Okay, well in that case, what I'll do is I'll take out my duct tape.
Cock.
Cock. Yeah, duct tape and seal his suit back up again.
Okay.
Yeah. The weird thing is on my character sheet, it doesn't show the damage that you've applied. So I don't know where you're seeing it because it's not showing it on mine.
Hang on, Marcus. So if you look at on your character sheet, under damage, you not have end 1.
Nope. I have strength dex end 0, psi 4.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah.
So can I make a medic roll to see if I can heal him?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, make a medic roll. The minimum you'll do is 1 point.
Yeah.
So make a medic roll.
No bonuses or anything because.
If you're using your med kit, if you're using the new med kit, it's +2.
Oh well, that would be +2. Oh, that would be 10.
That would be a 2. Yeah.
There you go.
So first aid would restore a number of characteristic points equal to the effect of a medic check. So it would be +2.
So put you back to full.
Yeah, you don't heal a lot unless you get a really, really high roll.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're back to. That's very strange.
Whether it's because I manually did it and then undid it, that's something else.
I am wondering if that's why. I'm just going to test something. So if I do this, Kath, what does your character sheet show you now?
That shows the end 1.
Yeah, so I know why. I just need to double check everybody else's tokens.
Yeah, it's on 0 again now.
Yeah, I've just fixed it. I've just reset you. The tokens are for some reason aren't behaving like other games, probably because not everything is utilised correctly, and so the tokens are not linked to the actor. There we go. All right, all done. You should all work. It should be fine now. So as the final sounds of combat ring out, and then so. Brent, you kind of pull out the med kit and start treating and patching the damage that Marcus sustained.
Yeah, and then sealing the suit.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should all get in this room and close this chuffing door.
Yeah, it's a big room down there, by the way. There's another door leading up, but the loads of tanks and things.
Well, I'm gonna search Jan the Wolfen.
Varga. Yeah, so on her, obviously, is this kind of cutlassy thing. It's probably more a piece of metal that's got a sharpened edge along it and some tape wrapped around for the hilt. So kind of a makeshift sword and a pistol.
Okay.
Nothing else on there. As far as I can tell. Well, I should be able to tell everything because I created it, so I should know exactly what's on it. Yeah, and actually, she didn't actually have a pistol on her. I got it completely wrong. It's a bite. For some reason, I created a ranged bite attack.
Long teeth.
Okay. Oh, they are mutated. So you can actually kill out teeth out of it.
It's a he actually, Jan Vartha, it's a he. Grey fur, pale blue eyes, the fur very matted and greasy. Definitely looks like they haven't really looked after themselves for a while.
Has it got a name badge on?
Yeah, it's got it will say Vartha on the tattered remains of the uniform.
After pulling away the weapon and whatnot and just checking that the vertical. Told you should have ceased and desisted.
But it's kind of spoilt my dodge this, you bitch. Because it's like a male.
Still call the man a bitch.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
No sort of security cards on them, on him. It's
No.
they, them.
No, not him. No, not Tom.
Okay.
And actually, we'll say they look like a dog, and that's why you call it a bitch.
Yeah.
That's true. Oof.
I head back down the left file.
Yeah.
Just make anything else.
What? I'll go down the lift whilst I reset the encounter, he says.
Yeah, exactly.
They all respawn.
Yeah.
Let's go again for XP.
Just go to this little monkey as well. Just check whether it's got. Is it purely a monkey, or has it got anything unusual on it, like a security tag or anything like that? Because it's probably part of an experiment.
It would have a
brand.
it would have a collar on, and the collar. The collar doesn't particularly say too much. It just has some scribbles. It would probably say.
That I can't see or something daft like that. Don't know.
Did it actually have 6 limbs?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. The collar would say subject 3-10-7-9.
Ooh.
I'll take the collar off and then hand it over to Brent.
What's that on Project X? Going with the gyms.
Project X, yeah.
Master Brother, do it around there.
And 1079 is the best serum.
Okay, you're gonna head down the lift.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So one at a time, you each kind of head down the lift. And as I mentioned, it kind of appears in a sort of a 6 meter by 12 meter rectangular sort of storage facility. A pair of like a large iris door on the east wall. The panel by the side of the iris door is blinking red.
When everyone's down, are we searching the room first, or?
Yeah.
We'll have a look around the room. before I tried it.
Give me investigation rolls.
I'll give you a hand. I'll do exactly the same thing.
Close my window, stands to get insects in the house.
Oh, it's nothing worse.
I know.
I lived in a house in Calthorpe, which is a small village.
A very big house?
A very big house. And it had stable doors to the bedroom. And it was a hot day, you left one the half open, came back home, and the room was like a mosquito fest.
Yeah.
So I slept on a quilt.
Brent, looking around, there are, like I said, there are many different sort of cryo berths in here, various sizes. None of them bear the Dawn Willow sign. They're all fairly blank. There are a couple of sort of tubes with some kind of liquid in that still seem to be under power and under environmental controls, but whatever inside is empty. By the underneath a pile of other things, you find a small data slab that appears to be unprotected.
Awesome. Is it like just a memory stick, or can I visually look at it?
No, it's a data slate, probably this
like
kind of
a
size.
tablet.
Yeah, small handheld tablet. Single entry on here simply say, well, again, the first thing on there is project designation. It says Project Ganessa, Remote Research Node, Gamma, Calendula, do not distribute without level Epsilon clearance. And then it gives you the same information that you've seen before. Biological Intelligence Branch, Lead Administrator, Commander Rail, ISIN. Stuff that you know.
Yeah.
The second thing, though, is that catches your eye is Incident Report. Lab D. Containment Failure. Date. Redacted. Summary. Sector D breached after containment failure of specimen 4C-7. Emergency lockdown initiated. Full control not regained. Station-wide power cycling triggered by psionic pulse interference. Response. Emergency purge considered but denied by Ganessa Command pending further analysis.
Ooh. I will relay this. But to be fair, I'll be reading it out loud as I'm reading it.
Yeah. The other thing on here.
Sorry, go on.
There's another piece of information that catches you. It appears to be a fragment of an audio log.
Ooh. I will hit the play button, turn up the volume.
Audio log, Dr. Venya Tolk, xenolinguist. You can hear the sound of breathing through a respirator and the distant sound of something skittering on metal. I heard them again in the duct, chirping, yes, but not random. It was structured, like code or language. I ran it through an old Terran spectrograph. It mapped onto a distress signal. They're not chirpers, at least not anymore. They're trying to say something. I think they remember where they came from. And then it kind of trails off into static.
Sorry, I'm just writing.
No, you were saying about enjoying something.
Yeah, I can always tell when I really enjoyed a game is the amount of notes I've made. It's like page number 4, 3. Yeah.
That's good.
Sorry. Yeah. Gosh.
So the iris, or is there anything else there? They're all cryobursts, aren't they? That are empty.
Yeah.
In here, yes.
Yeah.
So my theory, my medical theory is that they've applied these combat drugs to the chirpers, and it's activated some latent ability in them. It's made them a bit more sentient.
Possibly. So looking at the crew, I'd say it's the opposite to them. And they've basically been doing that.
Well, no, it's had the correct effect on the crew as a battle drug.
Yeah, but it's also affected mental faculties.
Yeah, because that's what battle drug does, isn't it? It reduces you to your base instincts to kill.
Only a shit battle drug.
Well, I don't know. If you deploy 2,000 people onto a planet to attack, and you give them all the same drug that turns them into mental beasts, then it's a good battle drug.
Depends if you want them to follow orders, and not just kill each other.
Yeah, as long as they're facing the right direction.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, you still want them to be, sentient and cognitive and, intelligent. What you want them to not do is feel and have them completely dehumanize the enemy.
That's what the control part of it is. That the initial drug, which was 1067, wasn't it? That's a control drug, the basic battle drug.
But none of the drugs actually mention any side effect to do with mental faculties, just dexterity.
Yep.
So there's obviously, to me, it sounds like there are side effects that they've not looked down that are affecting the mental faculty.
But it's also the worry that they don't get fatigued afterwards. It's like maybe that's something to do with it.
It doesn't appear to be anything else in this part of the laboratory other than this closed iris with the panel that is kind of blinking red.
Right, Marcus, you want to do the same thing with the card? Yeah.
Same card as I used for the lift.
So as you tap it with card D, for a brief second it flashes green, and then it comes up on the panel, override. Override in place. Containment failure. Atmosphere null. Exposure high.
Well, I'm in my vac suit, so I'm okay. But so this could be the actual lab that blew up then, which is now venting air, or it's vented. Sorry.
Yeah.
And we've got air here, so if we open this door, it will.
This'll vent.
Yeah, we'll be floating. And because the lift is down, all that'll vent as well above.
Give me.
Are there any view screens of the lab from here?
I was going to say, give me electronic checks.
Well, I thought all the cameras blew, to be fair, but I'll give it a go.
A lot of the cameras. There are no cameras down here, by the way. That's one thing you do know.
Do you want sensors or do you want,
No, that's fine. Electronics is fine. Yeah, Marcus has nailed it. So, looking at the panel, there's a small keyboard, and you can kind of start to type, and it seems that there is some kind of fail-safe system that has been triggered to vent the room. You can very much override that and close whatever it is that's been opened.
Right, okay. Yeah, we'll do that. It's not so much a hole in the side of the ship, it's they basically vented it as a quarantine. still do.
As you close you close it open, you close it, and you wait, and it's say it's probably after about 2 or 3 minutes, you get the panel goes from this red override to green blinking light.
Yeah.
Nice atmosphere. Yeah.
Okay. As you open the door, the iris opens. Like I say, it's a big double iris, the biggest iris that you've seen outside of the cargo doors. Kind of makes sense, though, allows you to wheel big bits of equipment in. Beyond is another similar kind of sized room, sort of 6 meters by 6 meters by 8 meters, not 12 meters. This one, though, is very different. The east wall has a small meter by meter square kind of airlock hatch, which is currently closed. The room itself is obviously, as you'd imagine, is pretty much well, whatever's left in this room is just a mess, kind of scattered all over. There are 2 or 3 computer systems that are still visible, connected, because they're kind of fastened into the wall, etc. But whatever other equipment doesn't, loose equipment has kind of gone.
Right.
Doesn't appear to be anything else beyond that in this chamber.
So looking at it, is this like an external entrance to fairy things in this room?
Potentially, yes, but it's only a meter by a meter. I mean, you could theoretically get a body in stasis through there if you were quick. You don't quite know where it sits in relation to the rest of the ship. You would imagine, you would think that venting hole would actually go into further fuel or crawlways that sit underneath the walkway of the ship itself, but clearly it doesn't.
Right.
So that's the airlock, is it?
That's what you're surmising. That is the mechanism by which they can vent the room.
Is there a screen or a window or anything on it so that we can see?
Nope, none whatsoever. The room itself, it appears to be deliberately hidden on Mars. As I say, it kind of fits the size of what should be a fuel tank.
I personally, for one, think we've done enough here to justify just letting it float into the atmosphere.
There's still a couple of computer systems that are active in this part of the lab.
Yeah, I was going to take a look at this.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. So first thing you come across, Sublab D. Status: disconnected from calendula primary systems. Note: Ishin's personal journal. G482 was never part of 4C. It was the carrier. The chirpers were merely convenient, crude. Even in death, the samples emit structured psionic patterns. We attempted to build countermeasures, null cages, dampers. All failed. Project Ganessa is compromised. The station must not be recovered. If you are reading this, seal Sublab D, send it to the sun.
Yeah, there's not enough power to send it to the sun.
Well, to be fair, it's going to go anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another log captures your attention as you kind of flick through. Research summary. Header, Xenobiology log. Ganessa, subproject 4C. chirper behavioral drift, status, fragmented, translation algorithm partial. The bit that you can that kind of flashes up amongst a lot of garbage. We believed we were studying primitive drawing with the usual neuroevolutionary patterns, but the specimens exist uncharacteristic aggression, enhanced synaptic activity, and pack cohesion at a near telepathic level. Initial tests suggest these may not be natural drawing. Their genetic structure shows retroviral markers we've only seen in failed psionic warbeasts. Recommend immediate quarantine of specimen 4C and all related materials. The station's containment protocols are insufficient. I'll share this with Mehdi while he's not here, is he? So.
No, I heard it all. You're okay.
Cool.
So basically, the chirpers have become like birds and all acting like a single, like hive mind.
Seems to be. Another entry from Commander Rail Ishin to Ganessa Core Node. We've contained the aggressive specimen in Sector D, though a technician was mauled. Yes, mauled by one of the so-called drawing. Their bone density's off the charts. These aren't primitives, they're corrupted. Or designed, question mark. We need immediate clearance to shut down the project. Whatever we woke up, it's inside them. Gonna make a note of which ones you've got. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you haven't had 5. Okay. Oh yeah, that was that one. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the last piece of information that you find says this. Research notes, Project 842. We thought the chirper mutations were the anomaly, but they were just hosts. G482 was the signal, the carrier. We only noticed it when it started rewriting their instincts. Even dead specimens emit psionic echoes. We tried damping fields, null cages, neurocauterization. Nothing holds. Ganessa failed. Subnote. Containment pod 3 is ruptured. G482 containment lost. Status G482 whereabouts unknown. No longer on station. Oh, sorry, no longer on ship because it's not a station, it's a ship.
Right, and that's before we got there, so that's okay.
Yes.
It's on the business.
Does it say what G482 is?
Nope.
No. And there's no way to get onto the sensors from here to search for life forms?
Nope.
That's very deep. What the hell was G482? There's no video or anything on this.
There isn't. So looking at the notes and things that you've got, there seems to be a mention of three distinct things. There's G482, there's the drawing, and there's the chirpers.
Right.
Drawing are known to humankind. They are a small winged race. There is belief that chirpers and drawing are somehow related. The relationship between the two, not massively known.
Okay, so me saying they've got like a bird sentience, when like do that where they all fly the same direction at the same time, murmuration, yeah, what it's called, wasn't far away then if they've got some kind of link to that.
Yeah.
So basically, the chirpers have now unlocked some, like I said before, some latent ability by these drawing. But then you've got G482 is the spoon that's stirring the soup, isn't it?
Yeah. Generally speaking, people believe the chirpers are a primitive or degenerate form of drawing, perhaps an offshoot of the drawing that never evolved.
Yeah. So, like Neanderthal to our Homo superior. So
correct. Yes.
Okay.
When we were first coming up on the ship,
Yep.
and I did the life sense, have we accounted for everything I could sense at the time?
Yes. There is still two. Let's just double check. There are still two life forms. Two life forms yet unaccounted for, based on what you sensed originally.
But out of character, because I don't know you've done that, but could that be the rats in the room?
The rats you would still account for. You knew there was at least two animals or beasts that were slightly bigger than rats, and you also detected 4 definite humanoid life forms.
Which we have accounted for those, haven't we?
You've accounted for 2 of them.
Oh.
Yeah, the wolf lady and...
Yeah, because there may still be maybe a possibly uninfected person on the ship.
Possibly.
Can I access any sensors from these computer terminals?
This lab is completely isolated from the core of the calendula.
So
you would be able to establish that very quickly.
Yeah, so we need to go back to the original command room, wouldn't we?
Correct.
Sector 3?
Well, my life sense, the psionic one matched what the ship found. Anyway, so they did it, so we still know that there's 2 unaccounted for.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be asking you to scan now because I don't know that you're a mutant.
Oh, no.
A mutant.
You'll be burnt at the stake.
So the fact that these logs say that it's no longer the patient zero, so to speak,
It's no longer here. Yeah.
No longer on the station.
It's like, how the hell did it get off? Unless it's on the pinnace.
That's what I said. Whether it's the pinnace or not, in which case, destroy the pinnace as well. Or check it.
Carver, your watch, your comm system beeps. 5 hours remaining.
And the letters RLF appear on it.
Yeah. And I think, gentlemen, we will call it there for the evening, and we will continue next week with the final part of this little episode. And everything you have discovered today is important, so remember it.
Oh, somebody's been writing it all down, I hope.
Yeah, I've got writer's cramp.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a different kind of cramp I've got. Sorry. That's a different kind of pencil.
My thumb's been screwed. I can't write really fast. I gave up after a while.
Well, to be fair,
I've got some notes.
My notes are like half notes, but I filled up a page because you try and write neatly and then it gets faster. It's like,
you see, if you had a Google document opened on your other screen,
yeah,
I could type, then you hear like constantly.
Yeah, I can't hear that.
You can't hear that, really?
Nope. Can't hear it.
So loud.
I'd like to hear.
I'm going to bring the server down because I'm not sure if my friend will be using it tomorrow. So let's bring this down. Hope you enjoyed this evening. We moved the story a little bit. We moved the story.
Fantastic.
Glad you enjoy it. I am enjoying this. Yeah.
I rolled. They didn't do the earned income for 3 of my sessions. The sessions at the weekend. So I was like, Grim spent 61 gold buying stuff for that last session, just so the group could get through it. Like an absolute tool. We wouldn't have got through it otherwise. We'd have been fatigued and all sorts. So one of them was kind of wasted. And I'm like, I'm checking the money I need, and I'm like, oh, shit. So I've earned 64. Cost me 61. So I've earned 120, 130, 31 or whatever it is. And then the actual item I wanted was obviously I'm level 5 plus one armor potency. And then I also wanted that stone for the Wayfinder, which costs 60 gold. So I'm short because I spent that fecking money. And I'm like, they've not done earned income. So I rolled three earned income on Foundry. Brought my character into it. Rolled 3 earned income at level 4. And I've critted 2 and succeeded on 1. So it's given me 10 gold, and I've just cleaned myself out completely and just get those 2 items. And I'm like, it would have been so much easier had I just let them die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday's game, I got 3 scrolls of heal from the party. I think that I never needed to heal once.
No.
That was well. To be fair,
and I was chuckling to myself all the way along because I'm like, this is just you just don't need it.
No.
Do you know what? I was so impressed by Monk and that first attack of that first guy.
Yeah.
Roll through, stand up, punch him in the back.
The number of times that I basically just ended the combats because I was higher level carrying, and I've got a striking weapon, and I was feinting to put people off guard and getting crits. And it was just like oink, dead, oink, dead. It was just like, it's ridiculous. It really was. But playing in other games where I had a complete, change in other games. The first 2 games I played with him, I was sort of like level 4, and everybody else was 6 and 7, or 6 going on to 7. Yeah, because one just made 7 by doing one of them. And I was like, I'm being carried by them here. It was like so annoying. But I didn't, because I wasn't level 3. I didn't get the level bump. Fuming, absolutely fuming.
Right, gents, I'm going to go to bed. Tired.
Yep, so
knackered.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ooh!
Before
you go, Dune Awakening will have private servers at launch.
Really?
Oh.
Which means now it's just gone to I'm definitely going to get a server from G Portal, and I'm going to play it. And if you want to join